everybody. Thanks for jumping on. We are here live on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube with Shelly Vincent. She's our designated broker here for EXP in the state of Colorado. Been in the business for 12 years, been a managing broker for 6, and she's leading the way in crypto here in Colorado and in many, many places. So we're going to have a great conversation. Stick around. Here we go. Shelly, good morning. How are you?
Doing great. Good morning.
Good, good. It is good to see you. I appreciate your time. I know how busy you are trying to wrangle, 1,400 agents now in Colorado?
Yep, 1,400 agents and growing.
There you go. And you're overseeing all this stuff. You got some good help around you, I know. But
Oh yeah,
I don't
we
know how
have an
you do it
amazing
sometimes.
team here. I definitely couldn't do it without the team we have here at EXP.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, it's great to have you on here. I'd really appreciate it. I know you're super busy. So, anyway, tell your story a little bit. How you've been in real estate for 12 years.
Yep.
Let's talk about that. What led you into real estate?
I actually lived in Florida at the time. I had been in advertising for about 20 years, but I was working in full-time jobs. I had an autistic child, and it was just really difficult trying to juggle full-time jobs and a small child with autism and just family needs. And I wanted more control of my schedule, but I'm very much a self-starter and an entrepreneur at heart. And so I decided to get into real estate. This was, like I said, it was about 2010, just starting to come out of the recession. There was a massive glut of foreclosed homes on the market, and we saw a lot of buyers and investors coming in. And I decided it was a really good time to jump in, and proved it really was.
There you go. What was it like the first couple years for you? Did you get off to a quick start? Did you jump right in with things, or how did it go those first couple years?
I got my license on a Friday. I did my first open house on a Saturday. I sold that house and got buyers that I was
Well,
working with from there. And
there you
you
go.
know, I used my marketing and advertising background I'd had to really work on creating a brand for myself, and so I really did see pretty quick success.
Okay. Were you at a big?
Mhm.
Were you on a team or anything at the beginning? Were you at a franchise, a
Mhm.
local independent company? Where'd you start out at?
I started at a small independent company in New Smyrna Beach, Florida, which I
Okay.
lived there for 6 years. A great broker there, and I just started as independent. And honestly, what I see, especially with a lot of these little independent more brokerages, they're really nice, they're friendly, but they don't have a lot of tools or training programs set in place. And so I'm going to be really honest with you. I think I actually would have done better if I had been in a place that had a little bit more training structure faster. But luckily, I was a self starter. I had had a 20-year career, and I had worked with contracts a lot. And I'd also been always interested in real estate. I had flipped 6 houses before I was 30. So I was
Oh
already
wow.
kind of interested and had some education. So I think it helped me. But I could definitely see where if there were agents that didn't quite already have that background going in, where they would have struggled a lot more.
Yeah, for sure. What would
Mhm.
you say? And that reminds me, I saw a statistic here the other day, and these numbers might be a little off if I'm thinking this right, but I saw where there's like in the last like 2 years, 160,000 new
Mhm.
agents, in
Mhm.
the country in the last 2 years. There's 30,000 that did not renew their membership with NAR the
Mhm.
first quarter of this year. So those numbers, I mean, people are starting to drop out. You mentioned being a self starter. What would you
Mhm.
say to like new agents that are watching this? What would be just a couple things you could share with them? Like, here's what this is going to take to make this business work. What would you
Mhm.
tell some of those agents?
I teach a business development course to new licensees, and I really harp on building your brand and being consistent. Like, use your passions to drive you, whether it's horses or paddle boarding or yoga or fitness or reading or cooking or whatever it is. Make it your brand. Put the information out there and do it consistently. I mean, you've got to build and build and build on this, and do not expect anything to come from it for 6 to 12 months. It is a consistent presence that slowly, slowly builds. And you have got to, if you're trying this, trying that, one-offs, it is not going to work for you. You have to build your brand and you have to be consistent.
Yeah. Consistency. That is so
Mhm.
key. It's okay. I
Yeah.
remember when I first got started. I mean, well, and one of the things I see with this, there's so many people that I've seen over the years now, 20 years of myself being a realtor, where again,
Mhm.
people coming and going, but they just, it's like they don't have that discipline. And, I'm my
Yep.
own boss. So next thing you know, they're
Mhm.
sleeping till 10:30. Getting up,
Yep.
maybe read a little bit, grab some breakfast and go to the gym, work out. Next thing you know, they're not even really starting in their business till what, 1:30. I mean,
No,
then somebody calls them at 4 o'clock. Hey, let's go play golf, man. It's beautiful out there. Okay, great, whatever. And they take off
mhm.
like they put in 3 hours that day. This just isn't going to work with
No, and
that.
I,
I
I
mean,
made that mistake as a new agent. Like I said, I didn't really have that support system in place. I had to learn the hard way. And so immediately getting under those contracts real quick, I'm like, okay, cool. And then they close. And then I decide, okay, it's time to start working again.
right,
And then it can be a couple more months before you get another check. And so I made that mistake. And I've learned the hard way. The best time to, get a sale is when you've just gone under contract. Hit it, go again, make one more call, do it. I have vision boards for myself.
yeah,
Still to this day, I've been using vision boards for 20 years. I'm very happy to say it's what, mid-May, and I've already hit the biggest item on my vision board, and I only have one item left for the year.
really, wow. Can I ask
Yeah.
what that? Can I ask what that is? Can you tell us
The biggest item or what I have left.
the
So, well,
biggest
I'll
item
tell
that
you
you
both.
have?
So,
Yeah,
yeah, like I've always said my entire life, if I won the lottery, I was going to buy a Maserati. However, I have found out the harder I work, the luckier I get. And this last week, I bought a Maserati.
no, there you go. That's awesome.
And not
Congratulations.
not just like, barely got it. I mean, I paid half down for it.
Really good for you.
Yeah. And then my one other item left for this year is to put a down payment on some land because we have beautiful mountain properties over here. I love camping and I love having going and renting cabins to have my breaks, and so I'm ready to have my own piece of Colorado.
Nice. Good for you.
And that's not too
Good for
bad
you.
goals to have in 1 year.
That's pretty good. It's a good goal right there. That's awesome. Well, very cool. Congratulations.
Yep.
And you became a broker, you were 6 years into it when you went
Yeah.
and got your broker's license, right? What
Yeah.
led you to becoming a broker? Why'd you want to become a broker?
Well, like I said, where I lived, we didn't have really any big name firms. It was a lot of little boutiques in the beachside community. And I really felt like there was a lot of support missing. They would want, 70-30 split, constantly. But I got nothing in return
Right.
for what I needed. Was our office manager there? Yeah, we could do it. But I mean, we really left our vices in. So it made me really concerned, if I was going to screw up something and the liability there. And I wanted to do better for agents. And as I gained experience after 4 years of doing real estate on my own, I thought, there was so much missing from where I was and what was being offered, and I wanted to offer better support. So I went and got my broker's license, and this is still in Florida, and had a little team of 5 people that I started my own brokerage, and with the idea of offering better support for agents and better training. And I, operated it through that time. And everybody's like, well, if you did this, why did you leave? It goes back to my son having special needs. While there's no state income tax in Florida, taxes are so low. It's so great living there. There's really no special programs for kids in need, especially if you just live in a little beach community. And my son needed more. My now ex was from the West and he loved the mountains. He talked me into, I did not want to come here. I'm a water girl. I love the heat and warm weather. But, when it's your kid, you go up there. We moved up here 4 years ago. And since then, I am divorced, but my son is doing great and I'm doing great. And we fell in love with Colorado.
There you go. It's a great place to
Hmm.
be. I've been here 20 years. We love it here.
Yeah, it is.
So
It is
23
fantastic.
years actually. Yeah, it is
Wow.
awesome. So when did you see EXP? How long ago was that?
Well, it's I've seen EXP for ever since I've been in Colorado. I
Off
did
and on.
not
Okay.
had not heard about it prior. I had been with another smaller national brokerage for as soon as I moved here to Colorado. I honestly I used to try and recruit, and I knew there was some brokerages that I was never going to recruit away from. EXP was one of them. So if I had a
Yeah.
recruiting list and I saw EXP is where the brokerage, was for that agent, I didn't try to recruit them because I knew they wouldn't leave. And
Right.
so I would pass over it. But a year ago, I had kind of hit a ceiling with my company here in Denver that I was managing, and as an employee, and I was kind of ready to make a move up. I wanted better benefits and opportunities for my son. I was commuting 31 miles every day into Denver from Castle Rock, and so just happened to meet one of our regional operations managers and started talking, and they taught me into going through the interview process, and I did, and I was hired. So we're only a couple of weeks away from my 1 year anniversary with EXP now.
Nice. How's it been
Mhm.
for you? In all honesty, I mean,
Ooh, my
it's a
lord, being a
whirlwind.
managing broker in
Yeah.
this market is not for the weak. I'm a completely different person from the time I started with EXP. The development I've had, the experience I've gained, from being able to oversee $5.6 billion in volume in 1 year with 1,400 agents. I think I have this unique view, this a bird's eye view of what the market's doing because of the volume we do in the state. So, even I'm able to sometimes get ahead of our local boards as to what we're seeing, because if anybody's going to see it first, it's our agents, with the feet on the ground. And
Hmm.
I'm able to identify trends and things happening just by when we see certain issues start to come up regularly that haven't before. We can identify these and be able to reach out to the boards and say, hey, we're starting to see this. So
Yeah.
it's a really great place to be. I feel like I have a nice advantage from being able to see everything the way I do.
Hmm. For sure. One of the things that I see, again, I've been here for 4 years now. I think being around, I mean, literally the biggest and best agents are just flocking here. I mean, we're growing by 1,000 agents a week, roughly.
Mhm.
And because of that, I feel like, one of the things, it's just keeping us ahead of the game in terms of innovation, technologies, just all kinds of stuff. I mean, that's the one
Mhm.
thing about Glenn. I mean, our founder, Glenn Sanford, I mean, to start a virtual brokerage, in 2009, like we were just starting to buy our iPhones, it's just like, but he's one of those
Mhm.
visionary, forward thinking people. I mean, I'll hear him
Yep.
say some things at times where you just kind of like, you're scratching your head, like, what is he talking about? But he's thinking 5 years down the road, in terms of he
Mhm.
just sees like what's coming and preparing for what's coming. And one of the things, just I want to lead into crypto a little bit because you're leading the way right now. I mean, I think literally in the
Mhm.
state.
Yep.
You just got certified, right? You're now
Mhm.
teaching a 2 hour CE class for agents in
Correct.
Colorado on crypto. You did
Mhm.
a training for our group a week ago, which, by the way, if any of you want a copy of that recording from last week, it was awesome. I could send that to you. Just let us know, whatever, message us, whatever. Put it in the comments. We'll get it out to you. But talk a little bit about that. When did you first start getting into crypto and start learning crypto? Because
Mhm.
it's just not something I've dove into yet. I'm
Yeah.
getting there. I'm starting to because I
Well,
know we need to.
I'm really honestly a big nerd, and so where a lot of people sit back, watch TV, I listen to podcasts, I listen to talk radio, I read books, and so I would probably say even like 2016, 2017, I started
Okay.
really hearing more chatter, about it. And of course, at that time, it was really just Bitcoin, a little bit of Ethereum. And I just kept hearing about it. And I just said, okay, what is this? If I hear about something enough, I'm going to start investigating for myself. And I said, okay, let's find out, why are they talking about this so much? What is it doing? And when I learned the technology behind it and exactly how it's going to change, I said, oh my gosh, this changes everything. And so, wasn't, in the financial position I'm in today. And so I'm talking about little slivers, like $100 here or $100 there,
Hmm.
just to kind of check it out, see what it did. And obviously, it's just exploded into the market. And I kept, just enjoying the whole cryptocurrency environment. It took me a while to even realize, what the advantages blockchain technology was going to have on real estate up until the last couple of years. And I've been interested in studying it, but just even a year ago, it still seems so far off for real estate as to compared to now. And I kept thinking, I need to learn more. I need to learn more. We're EXP. We're like the most technologically advanced brokerage in the world. We were metaverse long before Facebook. We're the
Yeah.
we're the first people. Mark Zuckerberg needs to catch up. as far as I'm concerned. And so I
Right.
think, okay, if I'm in a position where I'm managing 1,400 agents, I need to bring some value to them. I need to be able to make sure that I'm up on everything so they'll have this available to them. And then we had our EXP Con this last November, and one of the breakout sessions was Piper Moretti's class that she does. And I said, okay, I'm going to attend this. I want to see what's going on. So I went in there early, got a chair in the middle and everything. Well, within 5 minutes before the class was starting, this 80 seat room was filled with over 300 people squeezed in. I couldn't hear, I couldn't see, I couldn't breathe. And that was my aha moment, saying, okay, these are agents across the world that are shoving themselves into this room, for their life just to learn this. And I said, okay, this is really serious. I really need to, you know, get connected with Piper. I need to make sure that we bring this to our agents. So I actually connected with Piper. And Piper has been doing crypto for a couple of years now in LA. She is an EXP agent. She's got the crypto realty group there. And so she's really been a pioneer in California. And so I connected with her, and she helped me greatly connect me to the title companies, the right people that were also pioneers in this, to help me get up to speed on what is actually happening in the real estate market, what's available, and how it's changing. And the information is just coming at you at the speed of light. It's like a fire hose, drinking from a fire hose when you're talking about what's happening in real estate with crypto. And I just dedicated myself to it. I mean, Piper's got 7 podcasts. I listened to all of them on double speed in one Sunday night. I mean, I just couldn't.
Wow.
And the more I learned, the more I wanted to learn. And so
Hmm.
it just came on quickly from there. And so and then the that interest in it, the education in it, is such a high demand right now that it's just been a tidal wave for me coming in. Every time I have a class, I should have like 20, 30 people in a class. It seems suitable. Well, I'll extend it out to 50, and the entire class will be filled in 72 hours. I have extended it to my own real estate business, which is generally just a referral business. I don't market myself generally. I don't, it's just referrals for friends because I have a full time job. But
Yeah.
I, have listed Dean Martin's daughter's a penthouse in downtown Denver for $12 million. They want their funds in crypto. I've listed $1 million property in Castle Pines here, in Colorado. They want to receive their funds in crypto, and you think, okay, that's great. How do you do that? It is dependent upon partnering with a title company that has the capabilities, because us buying and selling and writing the numbers down is the easy part. It's those provisions for a volatile currency, and the value changes during the contract process. So I've been working with our leaders in Colorado, Scott Peterson with CAR, Nobu Hata, CEO of DMAR, and other thought leaders in crypto, to try and come up with additional provisions that we need to put in place. And then these tools are transferable to our agents so that I can help support them in learning the process and learning how to do it. Almost 100% of every crypto sale you've seen so far in the news has not truly been a crypto sale. Someone has sold a crypto asset for cash, then used the cash to buy the house.
Okay.
So it's not truly a crypto sale. All they've done is sold an investment. The fact that it's crypto, is cool. But if you read the fine print, you've not sold a house or bought a house or anything using cryptocurrency. You've sold an asset for cash and then used the cash to buy. What we're trying to do is to cut out that intermediary, to where you can directly transfer your cryptocurrency assets from your wallet to an escrow wallet. And that's where the change occurs, is when you
Hmm.
don't have to cash, hold, wait for the funds to clear, transfer them to the bank, wire from the bank to the title company. We're trying to eliminate those steps and make it easier for crypto to be used in a home purchase, or to receive funds in your preferred currency.
Hmm. Well, so what are some of the advantages? I mean, it seems like then it could. I mean, that whole transaction. Am I right? It could happen very quickly
Yeah, you're talking
with that.
about minutes rather than weeks. So when you're talking about buying
Minutes.
or selling a house for crypto,
Yeah.
you're talking about cutting out those bank hold times, the wiring fees. When you sell cryptocurrency, let's say that you bought Bitcoin at 10,000 and you're selling it now at 40,000 a share. and you're going to be hit with a massive capital gains tax on that. Now, currently, if you transfer property to property, you don't realize that tax. Now, you and I both know the IRS will not let that happen for long. So that's going to be a short-lived benefit to transfer the crypto to another asset without selling it first. But what we are seeing, instead of of doing this, so you don't have to initiate, you don't have to go to your bank, you don't have to initiate a wire transfer, you don't have to get a cashier's check and take it to the title company. You are literally opening your wallet on your phone, saying send crypto to this other wallet. You're done in 5 minutes. I mean, it's really that simple. Or for the title company, if the seller wants to receive crypto funds, instead of going through the entire check process, wire process, let's say that our seller, my Castle Pine seller, he's a Swedish national. His income is from euros. His banks are international banks. If he were to receive his funds in US dollars after the closing, he'll have to take that check, take it to a local bank, have the local bank wire the funds to his international bank. The local bank's going to hold that check to make sure it clears for 10 days. When they go to wire the funds to the international bank, that bank's going to hold that funds for 10 days. So he's got many days that he's going to not have access to that money. Each time he does this, there's going to be fees in place and the currency exchange rates as well. Cryptocurrency is an international currency. So when that title company can transfer that cryptocurrency straight into his wallet from theirs, he can go anywhere in the world and use that cryptocurrency at that exchange rate there to purchase immediately. No time has to be no waiting times for it.
Yeah. What other advantages do you see with it?
Well,
I mean, it can happen
we're
fast.
talking. Yeah, I mean, we're
Yeah.
talking just about cryptocurrency right now, and so we
Yeah.
need to look at the blockchain technology in general. We have what our largest buying segment right now is the millennial market. 20% of millennials last year accessed their cryptocurrency investments to purchase a home. That's a
20%.
huge, yeah, that's a huge ratio. And so the largest cryptocurrency age group is 25 to 44. It's not as young as you think. So you have to keep that in mind. And so what we're ignoring right now is that we're not putting systems in place to everything they've grown up on is technology and instant gratification. And title is still being conducted the same as it was 100 years ago. The paper, everything let's talk about the climate. Let's talk about how many sheets of paper it takes to close on a house. It's insane. And so through blockchain technology, we're able to create what's called smart contracts, because in blockchain technology, the programming is what they call immutable. It is permanent. It is unchangeable. Every other transaction in a blockchain is dependent upon the first one. They're all built on top of each other. It can never be changed. And so when you write a program into blockchain for, let's say, title, you can program very specific terms that have to be met to allow the program to execute and for the title change to take place. And you have companies like Proppy that are really blazing through the market right now and helping to write those contracts to make electronic title changes possible. You've seen how homes turned into NFTs, and I don't think we have enough time to go through that entire process, but it's one of the ways where you can purchase a home in 5 minutes. It does not take away a real estate agent's job. It's just done on the front end before it goes into the market. The inspections, the title searches, the commitments are pre-prepared, and you're packaging it all into this one package. You're turning the deed into an NFT, and then you're placing it on the market at that time. And all this front end work's already been done.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It's just mind blowing where this could go.
Mm-hmm.
As you think
Oh,
about
it's going there fast.
where it is going.
Yeah, it is going very quickly in this direction. I teach a class, and I teach the class at least once a month. It's about every 3 weeks right now. I have to update the slides almost every class because there's so much new information coming out right now. I'm presenting to the National Brokerage Operations Department for 2,000 employees for EXP Thursday. And I don't want to get the slides ready until the end of day tomorrow because I don't know what's going to happen between now and then.
It's happening that fast.
It
That's
really
amazing.
is.
Yeah. So you have a class coming up,
Yep.
right in Denver or in Castle Rock? I forget. I saw.
No, this one's in Denver. It'll be
Okay.
May 18th. It's
Okay.
already full. It completely filled in 72 hours.
Okay.
It's just amazing. We will schedule our next one for Colorado Springs. We'll do it in person. I do have authority to do it in Zoom and still offer CE credit online. And so we'll also plan an online version as well. And
Okay.
so,
Very cool.
just and Jeff, I know whenever I have that offer, you'll be able to share it to all of your followers.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me know. We'll get it out to everybody for sure. I just think
Absolutely.
it's something, again, I think as an industry, I don't feel like we've done a good job over the years, in general, of keeping ahead of
Mhm.
technologies and different things. And I think that's why, Zillow and all these companies that have come in that, people
Mhm.
tend to complain about different things with it. And there's good and bad to all of it. But I think we,
Yep.
as an industry, we haven't kept up in a lot of ways. That's one of the things I get excited about EXP because again, I just feel like we're a technology company that's doing
Yep.
real estate and just staying ahead of all this stuff. And then when you get the best minds in the industry as part of this, and we're all masterminding together, and you teaching all those people. I mean, again, I just feel like it's
Mhm.
just putting us ahead of the curve. And I think it's just there's
Mhm.
tools like this that as realtors we have to have in our toolbox, or you're going to go the way of Blockbuster. You're going to get left behind in all this.
Exactly. Well, I
For
mean, look
sure.
at Redbox. I think
Yeah.
it's one of the great. That was a huge disruptor for about a day.
Yeah.
Um, and so and one of the things you'll see, like you mentioned Zillow, and you'll see a tremendous amount of tools. We have agent focused technology, and we have client focused technology. And so we need to think of the cryptocurrency and the blockchain not as agent focused, as client focused. It's what we offer to the clients. It's what we have available to them. And this is the way I like to support our agents here in Colorado. Is I like to be able to bring these tools for you to have more to offer clients, to help you with your business, and to remember it's about them, not us.
Yeah. For sure.
Mhm.
Just to wrap things up, where do you just as a company, you're now on staff with EXP, coming up on your 1 year
Mhm.
anniversary, and where do you see the company going? Just and nobody has the crystal ball on, but what are you most
Yeah.
excited about right now as far as EXP?
Well, we're growing so fast, and how so many companies, that's really one of the riskiest stages for a company to be in is managing growth. And honestly, I think that it stuns people when I tell them that I manage 1,400 real estate agents because it seems impossible. And it would be impossible if it wasn't for the structure that EXP has in place. The amount of support I've gotten from our corporate staff is just invaluable. We're like a family. I've been just amazed at how quickly our staff steps up to assist and help and support each other. It's
Hmm.
just been amazing for it to be kind of a corporate environment, how much it feels like a family to me. I think moving forward, you're going to see more and more technology tools. And, we have our state meeting every other week. Every other week, I'm introducing another tool, another partnership that EXP has made to our agents to make our lives easier to offer more to, everyone who joins us. And so that's been, one of the reasons why I really love EXP and I want to continue to promote our agents because I really feel that they're staying on that edge of technology. They're constantly evolving the metaverse, improving it, making it better because it's all, moving constantly. And
Yeah.
the speed at which it operates, I love, and it makes me feel confident, long term where I'm at is following the pace and keeping up with how things are, going. So I love it.
Yeah. For sure. Well, I have to
Mhm.
tell you, I mean, seriously, we're blessed to have you here, and I mean that with everything in me. I just between you and your teams, I mean, I think just I've
Mhm.
never. I mean, there's many times I've called and
Mhm.
either you or somebody answers the phone. I'm not
Mhm.
getting voicemail, but even when I do get voicemail, I leave a message. I don't know that I've ever waited more than an hour to get a return call
Mhm.
or text or whatever. It's just I don't know
Yep.
how you guys do it, but you're very on top of things, and it just I don't know.
Mhm.
It's all working in some great ways, and I've been here
Yeah.
4 years. I'm more excited about where we're going over the next 4 years than When I first saw
Indeed.
EXP, I'm like, God, what if this does what I think it could do? I was the
Yeah.
13th
Hmm.
agent in Colorado Springs to join. We're coming up on
Oh,
400.
wow.
And
Colorado Springs probably has some of the highest producing agents in the country.
there's some
It's
big
been,
agents
I
there,
feel gifted that I get to manage it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a phenomenal place to be, but it's such a
Hmm.
great company on a national level.
Yeah.
Yeah, excited about it. And again, I think staying ahead of the game. So, anyway, guys,
Hmm.
do you want to wrap up anything that you want to throw out? Any last thing? We'll close it out here. I appreciate your time getting on here. Any last
Oh,
words of wisdom for
absolutely.
anybody? Yeah,
Yeah, no words of wisdom here. Just, we are in a very changing market right now. One of the things I love to do is to be able to, keep up with my agents like Jeff and making sure that, you guys have everything in place to be able to change with the market, hold on to your niche, and to be able to stay successful regardless of whether it's a buyer's market, a seller's market, what the interest rates are doing. The idea is thriving regardless of the market. And so, I love having our leaders like Jeff here to, help support our agents in their business. It's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah. Whatever we can do to help all the people we're working with. So.
Hmm.
It's a big job, but we're having a good time with it for sure. So,
Absolutely.
well, guys, be watching here in Colorado Springs. Be watching. We were tentatively talking June 8th. We'll get that figured out and
Yep.
see if we can get a class together on crypto. Shelly will be down here at some point in June. For sure,
Yep.
we'll get that set up. Looking forward to that. We'll get the word out. It's a free class, but another tool you can add into your toolbox for sure. And just
Hmm.
stay on top of things. Stay ahead of the game here a little bit. So, anyway, Shelly, thank you very much, guys. If
Hmm.
you're on YouTube, whatever, subscribe to that channel. We're doing a couple of these a week, talking to different agents all over the country. If you have any questions or comments, just put them on there. We'll make sure Shelly or one of us, will get back to you to get those answered. But we appreciate your time. Shelly, thanks again. Have a great rest of
Yep.
your week. Have a good day, everybody. We'll see you.